This next technique is really helpful for sacroiliac joint pain, and especially when it's one-sided. But first I wanted to explain a little bit about how the pelvis is meant to work and how sometimes this doesn't go according to plan. So ideally, when we're standing onto one leg, we have a tiny little rotation this way of the sacrum and a tiny little backward rotation of the ilium over here. So they kind of knit together, and this really helps the joints stick together. This optimal rotation is about 4 degrees, so it's not massive, but it is important that that happens. Some people, this is very stuck and doesn't move, but often in dancers, it's too mobile and it moves too much. So when they stand on one leg, instead of these two collecting together, they separate apart. What can happen then? We can get a lot of pain through the sacroiliac joint. You also get a lot of gripping of piriformis, which is your turnout muscle that actually attaches to the front of the sacrum. So if you have problems with constant gripping in your piriformis, it may actually be due to a sacroiliac joint that's not stabilizing. So ideally we have this gentle connection. If this isn't happening, this taping technique can help support it until you can find this yourself. I'm going to demonstrate on Millie what should happen when you stand on one leg. So if I have a feel across those lumpy bones on the back, one thumb on the back of the pelvis and one on the sacrum. As she transfers over onto the left, those 2 points should very slightly collect together and then come back down. If that doesn't happen, you'll often feel the sacrum drop away. So this taping technique, we're going to pick up the sacrum and connect it to the front of the pelvis. So coming from the center, up, over and around. And we'll just turn slightly this way so we can see. Yeah. Again, rounding off the corners. And this may be done in conjunction with the dynamic back taping as well, if there's some instability in the low back. Finding the anchor on a slight diagonal from the bulk of the sacrum. Again, anchoring down and back as I lift up over the crest of the pelvis and down to find the bones at the front. So this is going to create a nice connection, a sense of lifting up at the front and lifting up at the back. This helps avoid a tilt forward or a tilt back when we're trying to stabilize, and it really helps get this beautiful connection. If you then practice your transfer onto the left, beautiful, it helps those with an unstable one to really get that beautiful lift up and stay high on their supporting leg rather than sinking into it. So have a play with that one. You can do it on one side or on both sides, and like I said, it can be done in conjunction with taping for the back. It can also be done in conjunction with the front taping as well.